Welcome friends. Today's session we are going to work out independent sample t-test followed by paired sample t-test. In an earlier video we have discussed how to calculate one sample t-test, and you can take this video session as the continuation for working out t-test using data analysis tab in Excel. For the newcomers, I want to ensure that how to get data analysis tab in your Excel version. This we have already discussed in our histogram video lecture. Again, I am just going to remind you how to get data analysis tab in your Excel version. So if you doesn't find data menu in your Excel version, no issues. Go to file. There you have an options. You click this. You will get a window, Excel options window. There you have a drop down as add-ins. You click this. In add-ins, there will be again add-ins, a tab will be opened. There you can find analysis tool pack. This is always in a default. You click this and give OK. That's it. Automatically your Excel version will have a data menu, right? When you click data, you can find data analysis tab here. So with this data analysis tab only, we are going to work all our parametric and non-parametric tests. So this is for beginners as well as for the newcomers. So we will start to work related to independent sample t-test. I have a example here. So this is the problem what we are going to work out for today's session. The weights of 8 samples of male and female students are given below. Determine whether there is a significant difference between the weights of two groups with the significant limits of 0.05. So that's what the problem states, and we have the data. Nearly 8 samples have been given, both the male and female weights have been listed. So what we are going to do now, with the help of data analysis tab, we are going to work out the independent sample t-test. Shall we? It is very simple, as we have already discussed how to work out. You just watch it. So what I am doing, I am going to click data analysis tab. I am getting data analysis dialog box where we have different analysis tools. Here I am going to select t-test 2 sample assuming unequal variance. T-test 2 sample assuming unusual variance, unequal variance. I am giving OK. I will get a window. It is asking the input 1 range, variable 1 range and variable 2 range for input. So what I am doing, I am selecting male weights 8 data in variable 1 range, and in variable 2 range female data. Yes, since I have included male and female, I am clicking labels. Alpha is 0.05. I am not bothering about mean difference because I am just going to find out what is the hypothesis, whether there is any significant difference between the weights of male and female, right? I want the output range should be in this particular cell. That's it. I'm going with OK. Yes, I got the result here after modification. Right. So based upon this particular data analysis workout, we have found the mean difference between male and female weight, variance, the observation 8 samples, hypothesis mean difference is 0, degrees of freedom is 14. For the t-test value is 3.96. This is what the t-test value, right? And the p-value for one tail is 0.000710814, and this is what we call it as the table value for this particular problem. T critical one tail is 1.76 13101.36, and we have a t critical two tail as well as for p value for two tail. Okay, so we have found the t value for independent sample t test, and we have found the table value also. Now I'm going to set the hypothesis for it. Now we are going for hypothesis testing. As you know, we have to set null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. For this problem, the null hypothesis is H0. There is no significant difference between the male and female in weights. And alternative hypothesis H1, there is significant difference between male and female in weights. Now, as per the calculation, we have calculated the t value as 3.96 and the table value is 1.76. Right? These have been mentioned here. This is the t value 3.96 and t critical value for one tail we call it as the table value 1.76. So, as you know, when calculated value is lesser than table value, we can go for accepting null hypothesis. And when calculated value is greater than table value, we usually reject null hypothesis. So what we have found, this is the calculated value 3.96 is greater than the table value 1.76. So we are rejecting null hypothesis. That means we are accepting alternative hypothesis H1. So there is a significant difference between male and female in weights. So that's what the conclusion related to this particular problem. Guys, hope you doesn't have any doubts related to this, because this is as simple as to understand to work out related to independent sample t-test. Right, we will follow with paired sample t-test. So by this we can complete t-test in parametric. Okay, so now I am going to take another example and I am going to work it out. Okay, this is paired sample t-test. We have an example, that is an IQ test was administered to 5 persons before and after they are trained. When you have a word before and after, automatically you can confirm yourself that it is related to paired sample t-test. So an IQ test was administered to 5 persons before and after they are trained. The results are given below. Yes, I have listed the data for 5 people. You are instructed to identify whether there is any difference in the IQ level after training. So generally after training, you must have that will be your assumption. There will be some change in their IQ level. But what we are going to know, with help of paired sample t-test, we are going to confirm whether there is any difference before and after the training of IQ level. Right, for this I have set an hypothesis. As you know, null hypothesis H0, there is no significant difference after training. And alternative hypothesis H1, there is a significant difference after training. Right, so now we will work it out. Just a minute. Right, the same steps what we are going to follow related to data analysis tab. Data analysis. In data analysis tab we have different analysis tools. Here we are going to choose t-test paired 2 sample for means. You click this particular analysis tool, you give OK. You will get a window. It will ask variable 1 range and variable 2 range. Variable 1 range, you just select before. Variable 2 range, you select after. Now hypothesized mean difference, you go with 0. Labels, you click alpha 0.05, no issues. And output range, I am going to select this particular cell. That's it. I am going to give OK. I've got the result. So after modification, yes, t-test paired sample for means. right? Here the average of the IQ before and after 122, 124, variance you can find, observation is 5, yes. The correlation is 0.74, we can identify that there is a positive correlation before and after training related to the IQ level. And the hypothesis mean difference is 0, degrees of freedom is 4, and here the t value is minus 0.81, right? The p value for one tail is 0.23, and this is the table value what we are looking. T critical one tail 2.13, and p two tail value is 0.46, t critical two tail is 2.77. So that's it. Now we got the t value, that is minus 0.81, and the table value is 2.13. Now we are going for a hypothesis testing. As we have already set up null hypothesis as there is no significant difference after training, and alternative hypothesis as there is a significant difference after training. Now we are going to compare the calculated value with the table value, right, in order to find a conclusion related to this particular problem. So what we are doing here, the calculated value, we can say it is minus 0.81, and the table value (2.13). Yes, I can come to a conclusion that the calculated value is lesser than table value. So automatically I am accepting null hypothesis. So what it states? There is no significant difference after training. Even though you see the data, there will be some changes before and after, but whereas you can conclude based upon paired sample t-test, you are accepting null hypothesis, and that states there is no significant difference after training. So the training methodology is not at all effective. We can go for some other effective training for improving the efficiency related to the IQ level of that particular 5 persons. So that what about paired sample t-test. So we have completed t-test. We have completed one sample t-test, independent sample t-test, and paired sample t-test. It's very simple to work out with the help of data analysis tool. But the concept is you must make in your mind where such tool has to be applied. In which type of problem these type of tools has to be applied, especially in parametric test. You please post your queries if you find any difficulties in understanding the video lecture. We'll see Z test or Z test in our next session. Thank you, friends.